Hey guys, it is Rachel Feldman. Sorry for the little delay. Just wanted to make sure that we were actually recording. Yes, definitely always make sure that you're recording when you're doing a webinar or teleclass. I've had some experiences where I have not done that, and it is a royal pain in the butt. So talking about working like a pro in a VIP class and being able to make more profits, you definitely want to record your webinars so that you don't have to go back and waste time after re-recording them. So anyway, my name is Rachel Feldman. So excited to be here with you guys tonight. Just a little about me is that I am a health coach. I am a wellness advocate, which really just means that I believe that everyone in this world has a right, it's our birthright to be healthy. It's also our birthright to create the business that you desire. I was interviewed on an awesome summit today for business owners who desire to have a six-figure business. And I don't say that like, wow, I have a six-figure business. I tell you that because it really is possible. And that's what we actually talked about on this summit. What steps did I take in the beginning of my business that brought me here today? And what was my why? And what did I actually do? And this summit was actually geared towards, people in their infancy of their business. So, this is possible for anybody, but you definitely need a system in place. And that didn't happen for me year one. Year one, I think I made about 13,000. Definitely wasn't charging enough, have money and self-worth issues, and very vocal about that on Facebook. So, it took me a while to break free from, charging like 150 a month and busting my butt and really figuring out a system of how to also work with my clients. I'm a detox specialist because I realized that all the different clients that were coming to me in the beginning of my career, as well as myself and my own health journey, really came from, toxicity. Why was I seeing people with cancer? Why was I seeing kids with, autism and ADD, and which is a very, near and close topic to my own life with learning disabilities and my own child and children who had toxicity, and my own son who didn't talk until he was 3, and we had to do some intervention. And I come from a family of boys who just fall in that spectrum. So, I sat there and I thought, why am I working with all these clients with hormonal issues and liver issues and digestive issues like myself and autoimmune like myself? Like, what's going on? And that's what led me to go to 3 different detoxification schools thereafter. I do work with coaches one-on-one, business coaching, help them to create their own programs, or to build their business. And I also have the Done For You programs as well, because coaches asked me, how did I create a system for my own clients? And that really was the birth of the Done For You programs. I am, I would say, a proud mom and wife. My kids are definitely my huge inspiration. And they know I work hard because I feel that I really have a mission here, just like you guys. So why are you here? You're here because we want to, and you want to hear, how I built my business from the ground up, how you can use free tools to build your business, why knowing your niche is key. And I think, and I say this over and over, I feel like a broken record. So many people, so many coaches will buy that co-opt-in freebie that they see on Facebook, or buy my programs and then 50 other programs, or spend $5,000 on a website, and yet they're not getting that client. They're not getting health histories. They're not getting people to sign up for their opt-in freebies, because coaches, or you or me or anybody, hasn't really tapped into their niche and understood their messaging. You can have a really beautiful program, but a program is the foundation. It's like the bricks and the mortar that you're building your home, but underneath that has to be, a good solid foundation for that home to sit on. So that's what really understanding your niche and your messaging is about. Why that quick fix doesn't work, what systems are essential, and what is my 1 out of 10 secrets that I'm going to share with you. And also what I learned from my second coach, which I haven't had many, but the ones that I had, I picked very specifically and strategically for what I needed, soul-wise, business-wise, to break through fears, but and also to get clear on my message. And one of them was Nisha. So building your business. The biggest thing that I see is that coaches don't know their own story. I've always said I was very lucky that I didn't have the money for B school. I didn't have the money for, for Carrie and Stacy, and I love both of them. I didn't have the money, at that time, those were the schools that were around. So I had to really tap into my own story and my own message. And when I work with coaches one-on-one, this is actually where we start. A lot of coaches will say, here's my about me story. And I say, this doesn't pull me in. This doesn't tell me anything about you or why I'm hiring you in a sea full of other coaches or why I just want to buy a book. So one of the things we're talking about tonight also is the Business Bootcamp that's coming up. And one of the reasons, and this has been brewing inside of me for about 2 years, although people kept saying, I want you to do a detox mastermind. And I love doing that. And I still will make the detox part of it a huge part of the Business Bootcamp because I believe that we all need to understand the elimination diet. We all need to understand detoxification and cleansing. We're dealing in a world where we don't want to step so far out of our comfort zone, but we have so many clients who are coming to us with a myriad of different health issues. And even if somebody comes to you with weight loss, well, are there blood sugar imbalances? Is there candida? Is there bacteria? Are there parasitic infections possibly? Do they need to be on a rotation of different probiotics? Possibly enzymes? Is adrenals? Are they weak? What signs are you looking for? These are all the things that we talk about in the Business Bootcamp so that we start to become really good at investigating with our clients, and so we can become better coaches. But one of the reasons that I geared the Business Bootcamp this time to be even more about business is coaches would say, who did especially the detox mastermind, Rachel, I really want you to focus more on the about me story. Because I've worked with coaches who have successful businesses and they get clear on their about me story, and all of a sudden they email me and say, oh my God, I signed up 5 clients this week. And that is the truth. It's happened for me. It's happened for clients I've worked with who can go to those places, because when we write our about me story, that's everything of our site. So, that's why in week 1, we write our about me. We nail down our niche. We're going to do on one of the exercises, a niche exercise, which I've never done actually with people except with one-on-one clients, where we nail down our different niches, the messages for those niches, the sub niches, and really get clear on each of those different niches. What message do they need to hear? The sub niche, so you have a tree and you have branches and your leaves and everything, and each one of these niches needs a clear, distinct message because each one of them has a pain point. So yes, do you want to nail down your niche and make sure you have one, but you will also have different sub niches that can also work for your one-on-one coaching and your offline and online programs. So why is a niche so important? Well, you can have great programs, like I said, great site, great everything, you can hire the best of the best, but if you're not speaking to the pain points, that key message for your niche, then people probably or most likely will not buy, or they may buy, but you may not have that longevity in your business that you really need to make health coaching a full-time practice. So when you're speaking in general terms, and I did this for a long time, like I help people to detoxify. Great, wonderful. What does that mean? But when I got specific, and I work with men and women ages 20 to 50 who struggle with autoimmune and digestive issues, who have been in and out of doctor's office and looking for natural solutions, and I get very specific with people, or I help people who are dealing with, acid reflux or candida, and I'm very specific with those people, speaking to a sub niche within a niche. And I tell them what I can help them do. Then I'm getting specific, with a program, with a detox, with an email marketing campaign, with a sales funnel, with a follow-up sales funnel email marketing campaign for an opt-in freebie, which is why in week 2, we really also focus on your opt-in freebie. We also focus on a PowerPoint, which is something that I, in addition, give you, during the program as well. And remember, your sub niches can also become these powerful, strong places that you actually may find that is your more powerful niche. And this happened to me over the many years that I've been in business. So in week 2, we really get clear on mapping out your success. I see a lot of coaches, especially after being in business for myself in this business for 5 years as a health coach. But I also see this after selling over 6,000 done-for-you programs, being in forums, running my own detox forums, my own launches, and I launch multiple times a year, multiple launches that are happening at the same time. Personal launches for my detox, as well as, launches for coaches such as yourself. Mapping out your 3-month, your 6-month, your 9-month, your 12-month is so important. And we're going to talk about something called a rinse and spin, which is to really get clear on your system. Because once you get clear on your system and what you're doing, whether it's an opt-in freebie or a challenge, or, your email sequence, how long does it take you to edit? Do you need help in this area? Where are you doing social media? Where are you doing marketing? You start to see a pattern, and this is when we also use your launch timeline. So if you're sitting there and you're saying, oh God, I'm stuck either on a program that I bought from you, or I'm stuck in a program I bought before, or shit rage, I've got 10 opt-in freebies I've never even put to use once because I don't even know where to start. This is really where we, get deep into this week, mapping out your success, planning online and offline. And also, what I really see and what I'm going to work on with everyone here in the boot camp is how to also infuse all of these materials into your work with me. This week, myself and one of my VAs, we're actually building out another program for my site. And so and I'm actually pulling materials from about 2 different seasons, and we mapped out this program, and I've kind of, masterminded in my head for the last few months on what I wanted to do. And I said, that's it, finally doing it, getting the sales page together. I wrote the copy myself, and just put together some opt-in freebies, pulled handouts, all of this, because this is what we start to do. We map out not only our programs, what we want to offer, but I had to also step back and say, okay, what aligns with my niche? What is my message? And does this really work? And so that's what part of being in the boot camp is about, is really taking a step back, detoxing your site, detoxing your mind of what is working and what is not, and really seeing what you need for your program. Free tools. I love free tools. And throughout the whole entire boot camp, I'm going to share with you exactly step by step what I did to build my business. I will tell you, number one, And this is, something that I've talked about before, but not this specifically. And in the boot camp, I'm going to actually show you specifically how to tag a video to build your SEO and how to share it in multiple ways. But this was one of the best free tools that I used. I never have paid anybody for search engine optimization. Everything that I have done with social media, with getting high on Google or anything, was because I did it myself. And learned how to do the right hashtags, learned how to blog and use the right keywords. And those are the things that I'm going to teach you as well as we go through, the social media as well. With the videos, we also, in week 4 for your homework, we actually do a video. So your homework in each week actually attends to you building your business from the ground up. So in week 1, you're writing your about me, and then you're posting it in the forum in a document for everyone to be able to make suggestions, speak to it. You don't have to share it, of course, but that's how you're going to grow, for me to be able to comment on as well. And the same thing with the video. We're all going to shoot videos. I actually make everyone do an introduction video, because by the time you're done this, I want you to be so comfortable in a video that you know exactly how to speak. Nobody would ever know that I had a fear of speaking. I actually was talking about that today on this summit. I had a fear of speaking, and I got over my fear by starting to shoot videos. But I had that accountability to myself. And often we don't have that accountability. But that's what a boot camp or a mastermind, whatever you want to call it, gives you. It gives you accountability, it gives coaching. So one of the best free tools that I built my business and my search engine optimization was to create videos, how-to videos, talking videos. I'm talking to people just about my life, coaching, what I was doing, different things that I was, even lemon water, which I'm drinking right now in a mason jar. I would, shoot a video on that. But we will start to really talk about and have you focus on what are those key things that you need to be doing in your business for you specifically. Not Sally Joe or not, Jesse over there, but you specifically. And I'll teach you and I'll show you in a screen share when we are doing our webinar how to actually tag those videos specifically with hashtags and what you actually want to say, and then where to share them. So not only is this information that you're getting, but this is pure implementation. We'll also be going through an editorial calendar in week 3. I use an editorial calendar when I work one-on-one with coaches that has 5 sheets to it. We have an editorial calendar that you'll be getting, and I'll also be having you add sheets if you need, whether it's blogging, or your sales funnel. This will also, and if you want to keep everything on one sheet, this will go in alignment with your launch timeline. So whatever you're launching, your one-on-one business, getting more health histories, all these, you're always launching. That's why when people think launch, we think online. No, you're always launching to be able to get more health histories, promote your opt-in freebie. Even today, I sat there and was like, okay, I have all these opt-in freebies ready for my general list. I have to get opt-in freebies for my health coach list. So I put together, and this is all the stuff that I'm going to help you guys do. I put together the copy for another opt-in freebie that is going to be amazing. And I was like, my goal is to build my list by like 1,000 with this one, and to get on more summits and all that kind of stuff. And so this is the goal, is to really look at your editorial calendar, when you're going to promote, what you're promoting, and be able to look over 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. Because that 3 and 6 months will match even that 6 and 9 months. But when you start to really get clear, and I was even saying this today to my assistant, I was like, the more clear I get on my editorial calendar, my prices, my boundaries, my everything, the more that I get hired. I had somebody call the other day and was like, I found you, I want to hire you. I didn't even need to explain the price. And even my prices went up. And the person said, yep, no problem. You're exactly who I want to work with. And what's ironic is I had just finished rewriting my About Me, a few weeks ago, and it really tapped back into my own health struggles. So that's what I'm talking about, how important it is that we want that person to say, no, you're it. You're the person for me. Client care, this is very important. People and coaches always ask me, how do I work with my clients? Do I personalize a detox? What system do I take them through? What is most important? And that's why you get those gut rebuilding plans. If you want to buy the detox with the Business Bootcamp, you can buy the basic or the rock star, and I'll show you the sales page, but you also get gut rebuilding plans. We're also going to go over a liver and gallbladder cleanse if necessary for your client, candida, how to look for that, parasites, different essential oils, different, great teas and tinctures and elixirs and all the different stuff that I use in my own business with my clients. I love to use a lot of food grade, goodies because, I just think when you use food grade kind of support for your clients, the body recognizes it so greatly. And I know for my own, having Lyme and having an autoimmune for so long, and it's so important for me, that liver health and the gut health and everything. So I'll be sharing with you, the top 10 probiotics that I, suggest, and the rotation schedule that I suggest with my clients, the ones who need it, and and how that I really, work with somebody from the moment that they call, from the moment they email, to really signing up that client and doing a health history, and how long are my health histories, and then how do I personalize my programs and fit them in to working with somebody specifically. The one thing that that is essential, is really, like I said, your niche. And the interesting thing about when I worked with Nisha is I remember sitting on the phone with her, and she said, okay, Rachel, so tell me what you do. And I said, well, I work with, I create programs for detox and toxicity. And I kind of went into this thing, and she was like, okay, you lost me. And she's the sweetest woman in the world, but she was like tough with me. And she was like, you lost me. Like, you really need to be clear. And I wasn't clear on who I really worked with. I wasn't clear on what I was really doing or how I was serving my people and who those people really were. So the goal of also doing these 4 weeks of classes is to get really super focused on your avatar, your niche, having whiteboards, really getting focused on your business, because a lot of you have either supplements or oils or programs. I mean, the lack of knowledge, that's not the issue, although we're always here to learn more knowledge from each one. I feel like I learn stuff all the time from being in different forums, but it's actually the organizational step-by-step, day-to-day. It's when do I post? What times do I send out newsletters? What are the best email campaign subjects? How do I really speak to my community? What social media avenues and venues should I be on? And really getting clear in those areas. How do I build my list when nobody's signing up? What am I doing wrong? It's all of those areas. And the one thing that Nisha and I talked a lot about was that both of us had flops kind of early in our business. I had 4 people show up for a teleclass. Nisha had like one of those flops kind of at one of her first classes as well. And, we didn't give up. And both of us actually went through redoing our niche and our focus. And not only did Nisha do that again, but, I did that for myself kind of in the last few months. Like, who do I want to work with? What's the focus? I looked at my site and was like, wow, I'm all over the place. And I needed to get clear and get refocused on what do I really want and who am I really serving. And so each time that I do that, my business blows up to another level. Each time that I get really super clear, and I see this all the time, where I see coaches either offering too many programs, coaches either offering too many avenues. And even I saw this on my own site the other day, for a potential client to go to, it gets confusing. So we want to make sure that we're really focused. We're really speaking to that client. We're driving them in a specific line with a specific goal, and we've mapped out why do they want to be there. And once they get there, where are they going, and why do we want them to actually go there? Because at the end of the day, the goal is that we want to help people, and we want to help people because this means so much to us. So if you feel like you need that accountability, if you feel like, you need some extra support in your business, and you want a tribe, and a place where you have weekly homework, daily accountability, a place where you have a private exclusive forum just for you, where I'm in there answering questions. We'll also have 4 60-minute webinars where you can ask questions. You also get PDFs, sent to you as well with additional information uploaded to the forum that you can use in your own business. Plus, you also have an opt-in freebie that you can edit. You also have suggested meal gut rebuilding plans. You can edit vegan and omnivore that have been totally redone, a PowerPoint, tons of materials, as well as access to interviews that we will be going over also, one with Liz Lipsky, some great tips from Hillary Weiss, one from Michelle Galati on branding. Then this is definitely what you want to be about, which is the Business Bootcamp. So this is exactly what we'll be looking at. We will be really building your business from the ground up in ways, like I said, that I built my business. And it's kind of my, like, what's under my hood. If you want to know exactly what I've done, you just pop in, you ask a question, and I'm there to support you in whatever way that I can. So you can even take like a sneak peek right here of what actually the materials look like. So your materials and the classes and everything, it's $297. If you purchase in the next 72 hours, you'll also get a handout that I give to my clients on very specific cool stuff that I will be sharing with each one of you. And the cool thing, and I'm just going to even show you just the sales page for a second. The sales page is right here. This is actually the Business Bootcamp, and we do payment plans, everything. So you can actually see, and if you have any question about any of the materials, if you did this before, the materials are brand new. So anything that you got before, we have revamped everything to really make this, about business and what I see lacking and what I see so many coaches asking me for, which is to really bring to the table the very building blocks that have built my business, from the ground up. So you can see the Business Bootcamp starts. Bear with me. So you can actually see, like, this is what some of the materials look like. You have their gut rebuilding plan, and that is totally editable. So there's a vegan and an omnivore. But we have a payment plan. The class starts, the first one starts October 15th. And you actually will get access to all of your materials the first day of the forum, which starts on October 6th. And we have a whole week for you to ask questions, a whole week for you to look through your materials, figure out if you have, any additional needs during that time. And then we start our classes right away. So you'll have Learn to Launch, where we mapping out, like I said, your launch, everything, marketing your message. And each one of your homeworks really goes over each of these specific topics. A lot of people ask me about blogging, how often. This is really your opportunity to get access to me in group coaching, which is so much fun when it's in group coaching. Plus you get access to, so many of your different health coach buddies. And, I just think for so many of us, that is really what we're looking for, that accountability, that partner in crime, and really for our business to take off. So you get all these extra goodies as well. And like I said, you can buy in payment plans. First class is the 15th. Last class is November 5th. So we have 4 weeks. And that is about it. So if anybody has any questions, like I said, the Business Bootcamp is $297. The Business Bootcamp plus the detox, you save $44. And the Business Bootcamp plus Rockstar, you save $62. So I think somebody has a question. The coaching calls will be in the evening at 7 p.m. They are 7 p.m. Eastern time. They are recorded. You'll not only get access, of course, to the class and the materials, but you'll get the recording sent to you as well, and it will also be uploaded into the forum. So if you can't make the classes for any reason, I tell people, like, watch it the next day or listen to it the next day, because it will be video. I'm too ADD to just do a teleclass. And I love video because I can also screen share with you. And if somebody says to me, Rachel, show me social media, show me how you blog, show me how this, I can show you guys right there as we, are going through our class materials. And also, I just say, without a doubt, go through your homework, because I really did design the homework, as well as we're going to go through a workbook. And the workbook's not long. It just makes you answer a lot of those questions, like, what are my goals right now? What are my goals in, a year? What are my goals in, like, 2 years? And I think often we don't really ask ourselves those questions. We all want to build a successful business, but we're not really saying, how much money do I need to make right now? Because when you really start to think about that, and I didn't do that for a long time. I didn't look at, how much money did I need to make? But when I started to say, okay, how much money do I need to make? How many detoxes does that mean I need to sell? Or how many health histories do I need to do to convert? How many people do I need to have on my list if there's a 3% conversion for people signing up for a program? We start to really get specific. And as we get specific, and as we really start to understand the ins and outs of our business, then it's just game is on. And so that is how I see this Business Bootcamp, really being able to give everyone the opportunity to step into, exactly, not just their dream, but into action steps. I've done a lot of programs myself where, I wouldn't say a lot, maybe like 5 where I've bought online, and either there was like too much information or the information was not enough, like, tangible step by step, and I just got lost in it. And so I really thought about how giving very easy, tangible stuff, because we're busy. I mean, I know I get up at 4:45, 5, start my day before my kids, because that is my life. I need to have some quiet time, and most of you either have a family, or you're taking care of somebody else, or this is your second job. And so making this work and really working this like a pro is so essential. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions, like I said, in the next 72 hours, if you buy, I will be giving you a cool handout. Trust me, it's something that I give to all my clients. It's really helpful for me. It's kind of like my top must-dos. And it would just be awesome to have you guys, whether you have the detox or you're buying the detox. I think this is an awesome program, and I really look forward to just helping you guys kick ass with your business. And the fall is such an awesome time to be able to look at our business. Think about also January, which is such a great time to do weight loss programs and detoxes. And people kick off the year hard, wanting to take back their health and put that on the top of the totem pole. So as we get really clear at this time of the year, which I'm doing, and all of you guys will do, we also have, that opportunity to set ourselves up for success for, not only 2015, but 2016. So it's been a true opportunity. What's the URL? Oh, sorry. Let me just go back to the URL for the sales page. So this is the URL for the sales page, detox.rachelswellness/business bootcamp 2015 right here. And also you can see it right there. And you can see all my other stuff. But if you have any questions, just like I said, feel free to email me at info@detox.rachelswellness.com. Or you can always find me on Facebook. I know everyone finds me in that place. And I really look forward to seeing you. I really look forward to supporting you. And like I said, let's play big, have fun, and kick ass this year, because the world really does need us. So again, it's been a great, great opportunity. You can also find this at www.rachelswellness.com. If you go to the health coaching page, it will take you to the Detox Mastermind as well. All right. All right, guys, I will see you in the Biz Bootcamp. I will talk to you soon. Have an awesome night. Bye, guys.